Get ready to strap in. It's going to be a heck of a ride. It's like drinking from a fire hose. Never a dull moment, but yes, you'll hear the stories you won't hear anywhere else, and we appreciate you being here with us for them today. I'm Justin Barclay. Our good friend Maha Missy with this is one of the biggest Maha weeks I have seen play out in a long time. The news is like drinking from a fire hose.
Oh, it's so good. I'm like, how do you keep up? I'm like, you just have content all day long. Sorry, my dog has got a squeaky toy right now.
No, that's fine. Let them play. Let them play. Have a good time. Hey, you're absolutely right. And there are some crazy stories today. We're going to talk about a few things that are concerns for folks right now.
Yeah.
New side effect from some of those shots that people are taking that you need to know. There is some good news in the MAHA movement. And then folks are talking about those blood clots that have been discovered in veins, they believe, from the shots again. This I remember this was a thing about a year or two back, and it's finally picking up steam again.
Yeah.
So we'll get into those stories and more coming up here in just a moment. But first, I want to start with something I think is one of the most promising pieces. They did this at my kids. They're homeschooled / have a co-op. They do it a Christian co-op, and they did a presidential fitness test. I couldn't believe it. I forgot Obama took this away at some point, and now Trump brought it back yesterday and made the big announcement.
From the late 1950s until 2013, grade schoolers across the country competed against each other in the presidential fitness test, but others. And then we had the Obama administration. Wonderful, wonderful person. Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? We had the Obama administration, which phased out this wonderful tradition of physical fitness. Thank you, Barack, very much. Great job. And we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back. My administration's working very hard to defend America's cherished athletic traditions and pass our values of excellence and competitiveness to the next generation. From the late 1950s until 2030.
I love to see it. And some of those videos, I don't know if you remember seeing them, but there's some classics from, I think it was Kennedy who started it. And you see like those kids, back in the 60s, doing some of the things like on the jungle gym. And you couldn't imagine that kids would even be able to get off the couch, stop playing video games for 2 minutes and be able to do these days. But it's wild to think about. It's a move in the right direction.
Oh, it's amazing because I have two kids. They're 32 and 33, and I now have a 7-year-old granddaughter that I'm around a lot, and so I'm around a lot of kids her age, and it's sad. It's so sad. They've replaced the jungle gyms and put charging outlets next to it so that kids can like charge out their iPads. I'm just like, come on. Movement and there's I could talk about this for an hour about how great this is, and I love him.
Yeah.
I love Trump, and I get goosebumps when you see stuff like this because you can see we're turning in the right direction. It's turning.
I want to see more of it. It is something that I believe, like you said, can make a massive difference, not only for these kids now, but really, if you take a look at where they're going to go into adulthood, it's going to be a big one. Here's another.
So good.
Put the audio here because it's a little. It might get us kicked off for copyright. But this is at the White House. So he makes that big announcement, and then they go outside, and he goes out there. In fact, there was one moment he showed the kids how to do I think he was showing them how to do the YMCA.
I'm like, man, I voted for this. I so voted for this. There's movement. Yeah, we want to see so many things like happen and like reap the rewards right now, but man, it's a jigsaw puzzle coming together.
It is interesting. And speaking of which, remember we were just talking about this, but here's the video from the 1960s. Look at the kids in the 60s. What they were able to climb in that wall. Look at what they looked like too. These were like men back then, in school.
Well,
It's
yeah, they've gone after our kids. I mean,
I could never do Missy, I gotta tell you, I could never do a pull up. I've never been able to do it. You never know. I'm not saying never say never. I'm just saying like
oh,
I
man.
never have been able to do a pull up.
Oh, yeah, no, me either. I remember in gym class, my gym teacher was like, "Come on, try again." I'm like, "I've got nothing." I mean, I'm trying. I'm like, I could hold it up here, but like, I mean, there was something about certain muscles that weren't working on me very well.
Yeah.
Although I played tennis, I couldn't do that.
It is amazing to watch, and I think just another sign of the times of the good things that are happening and the moves that are being made. The MAHA movement, obviously, a big all of this, and folks are, I think, excited. And while they're excited, there are some things that they're concerned about. First, let me get to this because this is another big one. Missy sent this to me this week, and she was thrilled when she saw it. And I thought, man, this is going to have massive. If you're going to be paid now to de-prescribe folks, get them off of medications, that incentivizes doctors to actually get the patients healthy again.
CMS, the Center for Medicaid and Medicare Services, is issuing billing guidance that allows clinicians to get paid for de-prescribing work for the first time. Care plan. CMS, the Center for Medicaid.
So let's talk about this. A lot of people don't know that some of the doctors, a lot of them actually are incentivized to get you on medication. They want you,
Yeah.
doctor, and how many shots or this, that, or the other thing depends on what the bonus they're going to get. Can they buy that boat they want this summer? This is how the system works. But now that's been flipped up on its head. And Kennedy, as you could just see there, making that announcement that they want to make the move to turn it so that you're incentivized to get those patients off. Tell us what that does. I know you're dealing every day with getting patients off of medication.
Yeah. Well, let's just say I'm not a physician and I want to be paid because what happens, what happens in the industry, well, my business is when you get a body to start working and functioning the way that God designed it to function, you get off medication. Shocker. Because the body's running, it's working again. And so, yeah, I see people all the time. This is not one-off stories. You figure out over 14 years and over 10,000 people that have, come through My Pure Health Solutions. I want to say on average, 80% of them, if not more, 80% of the people that came in on medications were within a matter of 60 days, were no longer on those medications, including cancer cancer protocols, thyroid, high blood pressure, type 2. I don't care how long you've been a type 2 diabetic. Your body is still able to function and be restored. I'm like, when I saw that, because I know, a lot of people that chose not to vaccinate their children sometimes had to go find a new provider that would be okay with them not wanting to vaccinate their kids. But the reason why they had to go find another provider is because they were being incentivized. If they could prove that they have over 90% of their client base, their patient base vaccinated, then they get a brownie point and they get to be considered to be still in network. It is diabolical. And so, the people that I see and take care of, I'm like, my God, they get off medications. And I'm like, so what'd your doctor say? They're like, kind of what didn't, nothing. No one saying anything. And I'm like, I had a lady that's been on type 2 medications for 30 years, 4 meds, off all of them in 60 days. And I'm like, what'd your doctor say? And she's like, nothing. I'm like, he spent 30 years of his life with you and he says nothing? Well, by the way, she's not going to really regain her vision. She's losing her vision and she can't feel her feet because the doctor never helped de-prescribe anything from her. He just kept adding. Matter of fact, he wanted to give her a 5th medication. That's when she came to see me. It's because she wanted a 5th med. It's like, gosh darn.
They do this every day at My Pure Health Solutions, by the way. Missy and the team, Charity and the crew, boy, they go above and beyond. My wife and I are down more than 30 pounds. I've actually got to do the calculation here in the next day. So find out not only how much am I done, but there's also a fat component to it as well.
Oh yeah.
Making you healthy from the inside out. And it may not be your fault. If the scale's not moving, if you're trying to eat all the right things, maybe even tried the shots, but the doctor says, hey, everything's fine, labs are okay, but just not getting it right, you're
Mhm.
not failing. Turns out maybe the system is. And Missy's got a special offer for the folks in our audience, and it's 20% off. All you have to do is call her and tell her, hey, I want the Justin Maha mission. I
Yeah.
want to I want to be a part of it. And you could lose 2 to 3 pant sizes.
Yeah.
She's maybe balance those hormones, get all the detox, all the cells, maybe kill the brain frog, get rid of all the joint pain you're having, sleep again, more energy, all those things. By the way, sleep better, more energy, all these things that you just kind of take for granted. You could do this in just
Mhm.
like 40 days. No shots, no shakes, no pills. It's incredible. 20% off. So if you've been thinking about it, maybe you've been on a little bit of like on the edge here, figuring
Mm.
out to do this or not, give her a call and talk to her, ask her these questions today at 269-964-4044. You can go to healthwithjustin.com. But it's incredible to see all the things, as you just mentioned that story. These people fall through the cracks.
Oh, and they don't know where to go. Where are you gonna turn for help? I mean, there's so much noise out there, and I'm like, I mean, I'm telling you, you gotta trust how logic mind. Go to people who've been doing something right for a long time. They're not a pop-up mom and dad shop, like Nick Fuentes, like you were just talking about. I mean, it's like, where did they come from? I mean, look for people that has nothing to do with health, but sorry, I was just watching your last
It's okay.
I was just watching your last segment. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know he was at the White." I didn't know that. But anyways, sorry. Yeah, the thing is metabolism, people don't understand. If you're carrying extra weight on your body, that's a sign that your system is on the inside. You don't understand that the body's a system, it's a network. It's an amazing thing. You got to call me. I'll explain it to you. Um, but your metabolism, if you're carrying extra weight, there's malfunction, there's dysfunction inside your body, and it's not your fault. We have to discover what's causing it to happen. And it's not you, it's not your mindset, it's not what you're eating, it's not the fact that you're not exercising, it's not the fact that you're sedentary anymore. It's none of those things. It kind of plays a role, but it's not the root of the whole thing. So we have to get to the root of the problem. I mean, because you think about it. Remember when we all pulled weeds? I used to pull weeds and I couldn't wait. I had to get my mom called me in, like, you know, weed duty. I'm like busting around all the weeds. And she's like, hey, Missy, don't forget, you got to pull them out by the root. If you don't pull them out by the root, I'm like, I know, mom, I know. It's going to grow bigger, faster. It's going to be harder for me to pull out. And it's going to
Mhm,
be, and some more prickers are on it, right? So get
mhm.
it out by the root. You got to go to the root of the issue that's causing your body to not show up the way that you want it to show up. And that's really simple. And I love explaining that to people, but you can't do it on it takes a few minutes for me to explain it because
Yeah,
it's
give her a
involved.
call. Let her walk you through it and find out. Obviously, um, these are major things that can happen for you in just days. Just a little bit of time. I think people can see some massive moves, and that's incredible. I think people underestimate how much they can actually do in just a small amount of time. It is incredible. Speaking of which, these shots, the new drugs, there's another side effect. It's just so sad to see people talking about it, but it's not just weight loss, it's hair loss too. And now they're talking about this. I wonder to myself, like, okay, so what else is it doing to your body? We've talked about some of these concerns that people have before, the issues with the bones, and some of this stuff is just mind blowing. How any of this could happen from just a little shot, right?
Mhm. Sure. Well, just that little shot, there's a chemical inside that little shot that, once you get the injection, you go about your day, what you're going to watch on Netflix, what are you going to have for dinner. But unbeknownst to you, that little drug, that chemical is going in and destroying the human body on the inside. And so, no shocker. Oh, they're losing hair now. I mean, I guess vision loss, bone loss, colon shutting down, the gut shutting down. I mean, like, aggressive brain cancer and breast tissue cancer and thyroid cancer, because that chemical, it needs to locate somewhere in the body, and it's I guess it's finding its home in the brain, thyroid, and the breast tissue. And what happens is the body wasn't designed to know what that toxin is and know what to do with it. So what it does, it attacks it, which is attacking your healthy tissue and cells that it is found its home inside of. And so then that's why you're getting that's why I'm like, what's it not doing? I mean, what? So, oh, but Mandy, you look good. You're going to be a skinny person in a coffin. Okay. I mean, skinny person in the coffin, look good. You know, I mean, your family didn't get to have you as that thin person for more than like what, a year, 2 years, and then you're dead.
It's so sad because I think people just completely, you know,
so desperate. People are just desperate, and they're desperate. They're desperate, and I get it. But my God, in all that desperation, do some due diligence. I mean, if you survive, if you're alive and you got the injection and you're still alive, kudos to you. You're gonna go put another chemical inside your body and expect to be around in another 5 years listening to this show? I don't know, you know?
Yeah, we are learning more and more about not only those drugs, but we're also learning more about some of the other shots that people had taken. Okay, so I'm going to warn you what you're about to see. Some of this stuff is going to be hard to watch, but it is, it's nuts. Here's an enormous white fibrous amyloid clot removed from a man's jugular vein. None of these clots were seen prior to the thing we all went through a few years back. So do with that what you will. Again, I got to warn you, this is
gross.
Could be wrong. Oh no, there it is.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yep.
What?
Pulling it.
This is the jugular vein.
Wow. So Missy, what is this stuff? What are we watching being pulled out of here? This clot. By the way, this is a fairly recent thing, but it is happening more and more these days.
Well, that's just your body's way of trying to protect you from a chemical that it didn't know what to do with, and so it did the best job it could. It's a fibroid tissue. It's a clot, and I was in Facebook jail more than once for posting stuff like this a few years ago, because the amount of the people, the morticians that are preparing the bodies and stuff like that, they were the ones that were coming. They were the big ones that were just blowing the whistle, having just like oodles of all these. Some of these.
I remember that.
Were like 5 feet long. I'm like, what is that? I mean, maybe not 5 feet long. It looked really bad. I mean, they're just coming out by the dozens and the dozens. And I mean, and it's a consequence. It's an actual consequence from putting a man-made synthetic chemical into this naturally divine system. The system wasn't designed to know what that chemical was that went inside your arm to protect you. Protect you from what? A flu bug? You know, I mean, but anyways, the good news is that there are more now. Here we are years later, we're still talking about, and now there is evidence coming out of the natural things that you can do to destroy what's called the biofilm. So what this is it's like a big it's a clot, and the blood flow can't get through the clot. It's just like this matrix of this weave, and the blood can't get through. It's like a dam. And so there is natural products that you can take, supplements. And I sent you over a screenshot. I don't know, maybe you can post it later. I put it in your email box. But what it is that the natural supplements, thank God for natural, something natural. It's going to go in and they act like scissors. And these natural supplements are going to cut through all of those blood clots so that blood can flow again. That's what we need. And it's happening in these supplements. It says, from what I saw, because I knew we were going to talk about this day, I just peeked into it for a minute. It says that I feel like in 2 to 4 hours or 2 to 4 days, I'm not sure what it was, that you will already know, you already can tell, you won't tell, but you will know based on what that science people that have gone through this are, and that have been studying it, it's basically getting rid of that. So that way you don't drop dead.
So it helps kind of clean it out from the inside, it
And
sounds like.
it's an inside, yeah, so think about it the way that I asked, thanks to AI, I'm like, "How do I explain this?" And I said, "Talk about it, it's like scissors. These supplements are like scissors coming in, cut, 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 cut." And I feel like there's like 4 of 'em, because you gotta you got to sweep it out of the house. And so there's a little bit of a process to it. But the good news, like literally the good news is I finally saw something that can help. I haven't seen that yet. That's new. This was new information to me today. I did not know this. And so I took the information, threw it into AI, and that's what I got. I took the information from the the stuff that we talked that I sent you earlier, about these blood clots, and here we go. Yeah, scissors.
Questions about this stuff, because this is a deep one to get into, but questions about it, call Missy or go online, healthwithjustin.com, 269.
Yeah, I don't
Nancy.
here's the thing, I don't sell those supplements, so this is just like a freebie. I'm just kinda throwing it out there, but I'm just letting you know. I've been watching and watching and watching because unfortunately, I know a lot of close people, majority of my family all got the vaccine. And so besides prayer, I've looked and looked all over and I found this today. So this is new information to me too.
Maha Missy with the latest. Okay, folks, how about some good news? And we just talked about AI, so
Okay.
we'll pivot to some good AI. AI is now finding signs of pancreatic cancer and other cancers before the tumors have even developed.
Hmm.
This is an interesting story, because I think at some point, just like any other tool, and you just used
Mhm.
AI, that's an incredible use of it right there.
Sure.
But that tool can be used for bad too.
Absolutely.
But can you imagine that they are able to actually get in and find these folks that may be susceptible? And there's things that you can do once you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people talk about like fasting protocols or changing their diets or lots of different things. But what do you make of this, Missy? What an interesting story.
Oh, it's good. Couple things there. Yeah, so let's just say that AI can be used for good or for bad. So can fire. Fire can become arson and it can burn your house down. A plane could turn into, somebody taking over the cockpit. I mean, everything and anything out there can be turned into using something bad. I'm gonna use it for good. That's how we roll, right? So yeah, I think with being able to see these things again, there's just so much if people haven't used it and if people haven't used it and seen what this can do, the software, it's insane
Mm,
watching how people can be more preventative and they don't need to possibly they prevention
yeah.
be able to not be a person that now you're on the other side of the coin and now you are diagnosed with a 4-stage cancer and you've got a 20% chance to live if you survive the chemo that they want to put into your body. I mean, I love this. I love the fact that I think the sky's the limit. I think that this is just the beginning of what's going to be released. I think that there's more things to come and
Yeah.
that we're going to have a longer lifespan, a healthier, longer lifespan because of the things that are coming out.
It definitely seems like we are, we're on the verge of something very big. The Maha movement has shaken people up, got them to understand that they need to focus on health and what should we be doing to focus on health.
Yeah,
And
can I
some of the things that were happening behind the scenes, like underneath, we never even knew were happening.
can I add one thing real quick? Something that
Mhm.
was important. You said another word. You said fasting. So
Mhm.
something again, I haven't had enough time to really prove this or check it out, but that rabbit hole you go down every once in a while. I heard many times that they are trying to remove, or they have been successful in removing the word fast from the Bible because of
Wow.
how Jesus says sometimes these things only come out through prayer and fasting.
Interesting. Yes.
Fasting. Why?
Mm.
There's something up with fasting that is just not a cute little word that Jesus put in the Bible.
It's
It is
freedom.
it's freedom, but people don't
Yeah.
understand the power of what fasting does. It's
Mhm.
amazing. Your body goes into autophagy and your body starts to eat all the bad just it start not eat, it starts to get rid of all the bad stuff in the body. Broken stuff, bad stuff, yucky stuff, not good stuff, stuff you don't want there. Yeah, that's what fasting does. and they're trying to remove it from the Bible. I wonder why.
Wow, what an interesting time, folks, to be alive. Good news, lots of it still, along with the truth, logic, and common sense inside these conversations, and we'll continue to have them. Maha Missy always bringing the latest, and of course, the stories you won't get anywhere else when we talk about some of these things. Now, people are asking about those products and what you can do. I just reach out to Missy. She'll be able to help you, at least point you in the right direction, because there's some of the supplement stuff. She doesn't even deal with that. She does deal with a pretty extensive range of supplements, but this other piece, she can probably point you in the right direction. Either way, give them a call, because if you are looking to get back on track, maybe 40 days can make the difference to drop 2 or 3 pant size, balance your hormones, detox, go through killing the brain fog, get rid of the joint pain. You could sleep again, more energy, and really get the life back. It's in time for summer that you deserve. No shots, no shakes. You're going to eat real food. There's no gimmicks to this. It is incredible. And you're going to love the way you feel when you get through it. 20% off for all the Justin listeners. Missy, we appreciate everything you do for us. Again, you can call 269-964-4044 or go to healthwithjustin.com. But I love that you love our listeners. I love that when you get a chance to talk to the people inside the Freedom Fam, that you kind of it lights you up and it makes your day.
Oh yeah, your listeners are the best. Yeah, because I'm on 3 different platforms, and I love anytime I see a Justin person, like, oh, we're gonna have a good time. So yeah, I mean, I do explain. It's fun. I keep the consult really, really fun, because we have to understand that there was breakthrough technology that literally is able to turn your metabolism on. So again, what I'm dealing with is things that were suppressed from 100 years ago, things that, I have a lot to say when we get on the phone. So I first have to explain some science, apply the science to how that works in your body, and show you how we customize a protocol based on what your body's going through and what it needs help with. Everyone's
Absolutely.
different. Everyone's different.
And we all need that custom approach, and we've gotten away from it, I think, through the years. One size fits all. It doesn't always work the way you want it to. So, Missy, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for giving us all this truth, logic, and common sense. And the MAHA mission, we are on the road making folks healthy again. And it starts right here with us, each one of us, right inside of us.
Amen.
A little even closer than our own backyard. Thank you so much, Missy, for all you do.
God bless you. Thank you, Justin.
You got it. You too.